Hi guys, happy Saturday. So this week's topic again is just a little cryptic to me. If you've already watched, it's from an anonymous on our Tumblr, and it says, what if the girls talk about gay hate they have experienced or seen happen to someone? This is hard for me because I did grow up in such a small town that I didn't know a lot of gay people, and there aren't a lot of gay people there. When I came out, I was really surprised because I first came out at my school when I had my first girlfriend, and I just kind of, for a long time, I kept it under wraps from everybody because I didn't know how they would take it. And then after a while, I was just like, fuck it, I just told people, and I was open about it. But I didn't get any hate. I think that it's mostly because people didn't believe me. That was a big thing in high school, that they just didn't believe me. So that kind of sucked, but when I was a freshman, so it was 2 years before I came, I didn't come off as homophobic, but in my mind I actually was a little homophobic because I had just never known a gay person before. So my freshman year, we got this new kid, and he was obviously gay. People were awful to him. He would go into a room and these guys would just yell at him and be like, "Get out of here, you can't be here." And eventually he moved. And that sucked. I didn't understand it because in my mind I was like, whoa, a gay guy, ew. But I feel bad saying that now, but that's what happened. And I don't know why that was, if I was more afraid of my own sexuality, because my freshman year I'd already had my whole lesbian complex, where you first realize that you have feelings for other women. So I don't know what was going on, but I never discriminate against him for that. It would just be in my mind, so that was weird. When I was at Brigham Young University, Idaho, that is actually where I came out, when I really realized that I was a lesbian, and I decided to kind of start over there. And I actually told a lot of people there that I was a lesbian, and no one really hated on me for it, but I had a friend who was very self-righteous, and she would hang out with me and stuff, but she obviously thought that I was going to hell. And I say that I'm going to hell. I don't know if I actually believe it. My own personal beliefs aside, she just would make little comments. She wasn't my favorite person there. There were some homophobic people at BYU Idaho, which wasn't shocking, but just the way they went about it surprised me. There was one girl who lived next door, and I wrote an essay about Don't Ask, Don't Tell and why I thought it was wrong, and I told them about it. I was kind of nervous. I didn't want to get in trouble for writing about gay rights, but whatever. So I told them about it, and one of the other girls was, she said, well, if I was in the military, what if I woke up with some, lesbian or bisexual? She was, touching me. Really? Really? It was just ridiculous. At BYU, I don't know if some higher power, if God, whatever, but one of my roommates was bisexual, and I feel like that was such a blessing to me because I did have someone that I could talk about that to, who wouldn't judge me and who kind of got where I was coming from. So that was just amazing. There was a guy once who was arguing with me about gay people, and he was like, oh, they choose it. And I was like, really? I don't think they do. And he lived in San Francisco, so I thought maybe he would be a little more, he doesn't have to be tolerant, but he would not be such a dick. He was like, Morgan, that's what they do. They choose. And I was like, no, they don't. And he's like, I really don't think that you would understand how it works. Really? And on Glee, they loved Glee, but every time the pro-gay things, or there was one episode where he got kissed by someone, and the people I was watching Glee with just freaked, and we ended up changing the channel. Okay, well, I'm just gonna sit here and watch the L Word on my computer. Besides that, I haven't gotten a lot of anything bad for it. I'm also not fully out to everybody, just because I don't like to shove my sexuality in people's faces, so I'm not going to say anything if they don't ask or if the subject doesn't come up. So I'm not sure how everybody would react, and maybe in the future I will have some story, but right now I don't. I'm sorry, because that's lame, because I know that it would help a lot of people if I had that experience, and if I could, you know, be someone that people can relate to, because there's so much hate going on right now, and so many people are getting gay bashed and so much hate from it, and I wish that I could be a person that they could look to for not inspiration, but someone who gets them. People who feel so alone, but I haven't gotten bullied or teased to the point where I'm offended or anything. So I'm really sorry. But the world is getting more accepting, and that's the first step, and hopefully eventually sometime in the near future gay rights won't be a problem. It'll be common sense. You just don't do that. It makes sense to me. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot, and I really hope that someone out there can get something from what I have to say. And thank you so much to the Anon who gave this idea. Like, it always helps to get other people's input. So you, viewer, you should give us your input, because I really want to know what kind of things you guys want to hear. So that's it, and I will hopefully see you next week. And thank you for watching again. I love you all.